Welcome, 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 my lovelies. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody, for watching today's video. As you can see, I have gone backwards, back to square one. I have a big reason for that. The reason I shall come to very, very soon. But first of all, cheers. Nice cup of tea. Right. First of all, I want to say hello. I know I said recently in other videos before that I love knowing where people are from, because it's just great knowing that I'm speaking to people in different countries, different places, different areas, different states, whatever. And I did have some messages back, just a few, which was really kind of you to say so. So I want to say a big hello to Robin O'Leary from New Hampshire. Yay, never been there, but I bet it's wonderful, especially in the fall. Do you have beautiful trees there? I think I've got the right place. I'm English, what do I know? Also, I'd like to say hello to Mule Rules in Massachusetts. Yay, Massachusetts, never been there either. But obviously on YouTube, all you dollhouse people will know that on YouTube they have the shop Flip This House. Is it Flip This House in New Bedford, Massachusetts? I'm so envious. You may be close. I don't know how big Massachusetts is, but you may be close enough that you can visit or have visited. If you have, yay. Well, don't say that so enthusiastically, because it wasn't me going with you, obviously. No, but that's wonderful. Anyone that's got dollhouse places near them, it's as you know, it's a drug for us. So so you can get a quick fix whenever you want. Also, I'd like to say hello to Genevieve Ferenc. From Southern Illinois. Hello, Genevieve. I love that name, by the way. In fact, I love your whole name, everything about it. What I do want to say about Southern Illinois, when I did visit the States years ago, 22 years ago now, I was around 40 at the time, and a few times before that, and we'd go for a month or 2 months at a time and live with relatives there, with my partner at the time. And one of the partners, or one of the cousins that we were staying with, his wife was the they lived on City Island, and the wife was the ladies arm wrestling champion of City Island, and she was going to a match in Illinois. I think we may have to have driven through 4 states or 3 states, I can't remember. But I remember where we lived, where they were from City Island. We went upstate New York and then across to the left, sort of round, and we ended up in Illinois. But of course I was naive then. I didn't know the names of all the places. And it was a 4-day trip. We actually went through a 1-hour time zone, from what I remember, because we actually turned up an hour early for the contest until she realised herself that she had changed time zones. I didn't know, obviously, I knew nothing. But so that was fun. So we just had a really long breakfast, which was great. But when we arrived at night, the evening before the show or the competition, we arrived and I saw a big sign for Illinois. And I just commented quietly saying, "Oh, we're here within Illinois," because I thought that's how it was pronounced. Absolutely fantastic. It's great admitting when you do things wrong or you act like a dumbass. It's good. It's empowering. But it gave her a fantastic time. She ended up crying because I'd called it that. And from then on, even though she lived there in the States, when she was talking to people up there, she would say things about, it's lovely really coming to Illinois, and she put the accent on to make her look stupid in front of the locals. It was brilliant. We loved you. It was great. Well, anyway, Genevieve, so we have been to Illinois before. Right, let's get on with the show. Oh, and if any of you guys are watching from anywhere else, please let me know. I would love to say hello to you. Let's put my little black book out of the way. It's getting really full now, my black book. Hurrah. Okay, so I will get on with this stage quick and pause the camera and get to where we're going, so you don't have to see me putting all this back together again. So I laid the floor. I love the floor. It's a lovely parquet pattern. It would suit the gallery perfectly, and everything else I have ready to put or to do in there structurally, it would all look good. But then one night, I don't know, just after the last video, when I'd gone to bed, I was, as I say, I do all my thinking about dollhouses in bed when I go to bed, and I was looking online, which is obviously bad for you when you're going to bed, but yay. Everything is bad for you these days, let's not worry. But I was looking online for different things, and I was looking up Art Deco wallpapers to do the upper floors, and I found a site local here, well, in Scotland actually, so only about 8-hour drive away, and I found a site called Jennifer Kahn Miniatures. Some of you may already know her well, some of you have never heard of the name before, so I looked on her site, and that was deadly, because I ended up finding other wallpaper and other flooring that I thought, oh my god, that would look fantastic in a really posh gallery, even much posher than this flooring. The papers were dearer. They're not cheap, but they're apparently very good quality, and they're going to look really good. So I'm going to pull this back to the basics, and I'm going to refloor it and start again. So, cheers. Very lovely sunny day today. First time in I don't know, a couple of months that I'm just in a t-shirt rather than a sweater as well. Right, here, this morning, the package arrived. Okay, so I'm going to open it with you guys. Because of the, I think, postage strikes and different reasons, one way or the other, but I went online and bought this over a week ago now, and it's literally just arrived this morning. It's taken days, but I think, as I said, it's mainly due to postal strikes and things. But no, it was very frustrating. You know, when you order something and you want to get on with it, you just want to get it. So, but here it is. All is not lost. So let's open this up. Hang on. Oh, here we are. Get rid of that. I like when I'm looking on other people's videos and they do like parcels arriving and they do an unboxing. It's nice to show. It's nice to see as they're seeing. So I thought I'd do the same with you guys. So, oh, let's see. Oh, there's some paperwork in there. I don't know what this is. That is just an invoice. Okay, we'll put that down here for now. We'll put that down here for now. And let's open up the goodies. I'm going to move my cup well out of the way and see what we have. I can't remember exactly what I ordered, which is quite good. So it's nice that it's packed well. It's all in a red tissue paper. Really nicely packed, and a nice solid tube as well, so the paper will come undamaged. Sorry, let's move this down a bit. You want to be able to see here. Oh, exciting! I tell you, I'm absolutely obsessed with this now. Some of you will be glad to hear. And I would have put this video on days ago if the paper had turned up in time, but but hopefully it's worth the wait. So, oh my god, this is one of the wallpapers. These are for the upper rooms now. because the shop is still going to be white with a wooden flooring. So this is Art Deco papers. Look at it. Oh my God. They're even better than looking at them in the photograph online. And and here we have some rugs printed on this like a fabric. That's quite good, quite cool. There's one. Oh wow. There we are. It's got a butterfly on it and lots of pink and golds. So I'm going to cut that out, and then that's going to go in the, I think in the lounge upstairs, I'm not sure yet. And this might go in, this rug may go in one of the bedrooms. Hurrah, it's all blues and golds. Of course, all very Art Deco. And Jennifer did say, she was messaging me on Facebook, I surely will remember, but I will put a link in my description box to her site, to her website, and you guys can go on and look. It's not all Art Deco. She has a whole all different styles, and it's not just wallpapers. There's wallpapers, floorings. I think there's some laser cut miniatures or whatever they're called, and there's rugs, and there's other things as well. But go on and have a look. So it smells. I love the smell of this paper, and it's a strong, thick paper as well to go on. So it should go on okay. Let's move this one out of the way. Aha! Now this is a wall tiling. There we are. Absolutely beautiful colours. All different colours of marble. And sort of blues and greys, light blues, dark blues, light greys, dark greys. So that's, I can't remember the rooms there. I think this may be going in the kitchen, I think. As the videos go on, you'll see the papers again because I'll be using them. And this is, I think I'm going to use that one in the bathroom. That's just a lovely geometric square tile look. So let's go in the bathroom. Oh, how exciting. Another one. That's dark navy blue and gold. Right, oh wow. I think, as I recall, this one I think is going into the lounge because I've got some furniture, certain coloured furniture that would look quite startling with this. So that's again shades of blue. I think I should have 2 sheets of certain things and 1 sheet of another. I'll double check that. Right, that's that one. Let's put that there. And here is some wooden flooring. It's the design is a French wooden panelled floor, a French design, which I thought was really apt when I saw. This is what started this off, me changing this. Was of course reading all about Art Deco and learning so much about Art Deco. Art Deco did start in 1910, although we relate it to the 1920s, 1925 onwards to 1930, 1939. But the French did start it in the beginning, and it wasn't until the exhibition in Paris in 1925. Up until then, it was just called modern, the modern look. But it wasn't until well after that it was started to become called Art Deco. Yes, but that was an original French wooden flooring. So that is going to go into the floor of the shop. I've got a few sheets of that there. For another flooring on another floor, I've got this pattern as well, another wooden inlaid floor. And last but not least, I think this was going to be the guest bedroom, but that's a lovely pink and gold, or sort of blush pink Art Deco design. So yay! How exciting is this? Let me put all this away and then let me get this flooring done and show you. Right, before I start doing the flooring here, I'm going to start with the shop floor and work my way up. I forgot to say, Jennifer Khan, if you're watching, Jennifer, hello there, and thank you so much. But when I did buy this stash from her, she very kindly put in a couple of 2 or 3 different bits for free, because she absolutely adores Art Deco period, and she's really excited to see how this journey goes. And as I say, all the wallpaper and the flooring, most of it is from her. So she kindly donated a couple of bits. So thank you so much, Jennifer. That's really kind of you. And as I said, I know that's not why you've done it, but I am very grateful. So I will definitely put a link to you in the description box. Right. Before I actually do this, in saying all this, I may or may not ruin this paper, and it would be a shame because it's, as I say, it's dearer than other papers that I've bought, but it is such good quality. I mean, it's thick, it's lovely. I'm not going to try and peel this off because it will just come off in pieces here and there, and it will make the floor up and down. So I am going to paper straight over this. This was glued on extremely securely, so it will take a lot to get off. So this will just go on top. Before I do it, while I say I may be ruining this paper, I really hope not. Years ago, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when I lived in York in England, I did for a couple of years black and white photography, and I was very much into it, and doing all the black and white photos. I did a lot of it while we were going on holidays to New York as well. So I'll have a look and see if I can find some old photos. If I can, I'll put them on the screen now. So as we're talking, I'll put 2 or 3 black and whites on of New York. And I think if I've got them, there's 1 or 2 upstate New York as well, in Woodstock, I think. Anyway, I digress. But at the time, how I was doing the photographs and then how I was mounting them and framing them, different ones, and I'd forgotten all about this. So the other week, while I was in bed, as usual, doing all my thinking about the dollhouses, I had this idea of, instead of using the PVA glue or wallpaper paste or wood glue or any other kind of glue that we normally use, what I'm going to try and do is use a can of spray mount. I'm saying this warily because I don't know if it's going to work. Please don't let me ruin this. I could have, of course, gone onto YouTube, as everybody does, and look up, I don't know, using spray mount to do dollhouse wallpaper or whatever. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but there probably is maybe 1 or 2 videos on that. There may be 1 or 2 videos on it saying how bad an idea it is. And if I, in hindsight, hopefully not, but maybe if they were on there, then I'd looked at them, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now with you guys. But sometimes I come up with ideas in my head. They're not something I've learned from YouTube. No, you know, someone may already do that. You watching yourself might think that's how I do my house all the time. I didn't know any of this, but it just came to my head the other night, and I thought I could use the same kind of spray and put the paper on, because they used to work really well with photographic paper onto the back of board and different things like that. So maybe this is a good idea that I have thought of. Maybe someone else is doing it. Maybe I'm the first. Who knows? Who cares? But yeah, so I'm going to, I had an old can that I couldn't find, but it would have been that many years old, so it would probably be very stupid to use it. So I went out and bought a brand new can. This is from one of our cheap shops, Wilko. It's like the like what you call the dollar stores, although everything's not $1. But that's called Let's Create. So it's a craft spray adhesive. So what I'm going to do, I'll pause the camera, but what I'm going to do is take this outside and spray it. I'm actually, how I used to use it sometimes, if it was big artwork, I used to spray it and let it dry 5 minutes and then spray another layer before you actually stick the thing on, and then it's really sticky. So I'm going to actually spray this twice. I'll start at this end and just spray so much of the floor, otherwise this will be covered in glue. And then I'll come back indoors and I'll lay it on. But I will do this outside because I'm sure it probably stinks and probably very bad for you, especially asthmatics like me. Right, let me get this sprayed and I'll come back on and lay it on and see what happens. Fingers crossed, guys. Right, okay. Yes, that was a good idea, taking it outside, because you could smell it even in the air. So, right, let's just go for this. Oh, it's very nerve-wracking. I need to make sure I've got it on, just covering the edge there. This is where I stop breathing. Okay, and then smooth it down. This looks promising. It is very, very sticky glue. When I've sprayed just up to here, and you touch it, that really sticks on your fingers. But we'll see how it dries. But that's laid down really flush. Really, really flush. Let's go around the edges where I can feel the edge of the house or the building. I'm already picturing some of my artwork in the gallery. Again, it's going to look good. Oh, and yes, no, secret. This will be in another video, but I've got another idea for inside the room. Not a piece of, well, sort of a piece of artwork, but more, anyway, let's move on. I will keep that for another day. Right, now turn this over. Like so. And then get my X-Acto knife and carefully cut round the edges. There. And hopefully this will be all stuck around the edge really nicely. I didn't put any spray on the paper itself, so it leaves a clean, dry piece of paper that the offcuts. So I'll be able to use those for other things, perhaps. But they're not covered in glue, so that's great. Right, there we are. We'll lay that to one side. Turn this back over. Let's move this knife out the way. Turn it back over and show you there. So you can see, hopefully you can see how well that's gone on. And it's really completely flat along the edges there. There's not a tiny bit of it peeling up whatsoever. There, that's all completely down around all the edges. So I know we've got a groove for a piece of wall to go in here. There it is there. So I'll just cut this piece out and then there it is. and then a piece of wall slot in there. Right. Just before I go out and spray this part and stick this on, firstly I will say that this paper, the pattern on it is totally geometric, so it doesn't matter whether it goes this way or this way, you can join it. So if you're using offcuts and things, or you've got large floored areas like this, you can use the paper in the way you want. On this side, the full length of it, the paper was going landscape, so I got as much covered as possible. This side, the room goes out more, so landscape, I'm going to have a gap there, so I can turn this piece round and that will cover the whole thing, but I can join it up there exactly to meet the other bit. When I take this out to spray it, I don't want to get glue all over this side of the paper, although I do want it to go right up onto the join there. So there's maybe better ways, I don't know. I've got an off-cut piece of the original flooring that I don't want to use for anything at the moment, so I'm going to lay this down on the part that I've already glued, lay that down right on the edge to edge, and I'm going to fold it underneath both ends quite tight, so that's sort of held down there, and I'll hold it down while I spray this, and then I can just let this piece of paper go and then join this bit. So I'll do that and then show you it finished. Okay, there we are folks, there's the full length of the shop put together, and there's a join there, but as I said, I just matched the paper up and stuck it down, and it's all stuck around the edges really well. Oh, that bit comes just slightly over the edge at the back there because I wanted to match the pattern there, so I'll just go along with the X-Acto knife and just slice that bit off along the back wall there, and then that will be that finished. So I'm relieved. that's actually what it's gone on so smooth. It hasn't wrinkled at all. I mean, I've taken a while since I put the first bit on during this video. It may be just minutes for you, but it's got a bit later on in the day because I've really taken my time to do it as carefully and perfectly as possible. And it's not come up around the edges at all or in the middle. It's not wrinkled. There's no damp there to make the paper peel off with anything. So yeah, and on Jennifer's website, I think, I may be wrong, but when you look at the quality of the paper that you choose, I think you can get a thinner one which might be 90 GSM, and then there was a heavier one which I think is 170 GSM, 190, 170, 190. If you look, you'll see the difference in what I mean. And this was the heavier one, the dearer one. But you get what you pay for. Yay! So, right, let's get the rest of this first floor glued back together in place again. And then we'll be up to square one again, or beyond square one. Let's move on to square two. Yay! I'm so excited with the projects I have got, or one or two things that I've got to put in this room. I can't wait to tell you. Keep watching, really. Right, folks, there we are. There's the walls of the ground floor put back in again. And also, when I took that wall out, there would have been a wall in here and a doorway, so this would have been a separate room. But because it's one big shop, that's letting more light throughout the base there. I haven't glued that bit in yet. I've got to cut round there because that comes to the outside of the building. So I'll just draw a line round there, score it with the X-Acto knife, and then peel that bit off and finish it off white probably. And that will be where the front door is. And there's the floor to the lounge, which is where their living quarters begin on the first floor. I have wallpaper. I've put flooring on this lounge floor as well, because I don't need to drill any holes because I'm not putting any ceiling lights in the gallery at this end of the shop. I have other ideas for that, so watch this space. And if I just come around to this side, you can see the pillar again back in place. My Art Deco inspired pillar. I'm so pleased with it. So there we have it, and that's the full length of the gallery, which one day soon will be filled with wonderful works of art. And there's a big window at this end coming round the corner, and a sort of gate bit here, a fence bit coming out, so you can look down on the mezzanine level. It's going to look superb, hopefully. So there we are, folks.